Class is in session. That is Emily Farrus. She's an awesome person right there. Cute girl, beautiful girl, honest girl. Poor thing. Her father was killed by her mother and put on a burn pile. And I did a video on this. And you know, beta male providers are not respected. And he was a great beta male provider, great father, great man, great lawyer, and was shot and killed by his wife. But I've already covered it once. It's on my, one of the first videos I did regarding, you know, alpha bang and beta male provider dual mating strategy and why you want to be alpha bang, right? But anyway, many lessons to learn in her testimony here. And when I found this, when this resurfaced, I said, oh, there's some good lessons here for everyone to learn. And like leadership, men, you need to lead. And a man that doesn't lead in a situation causes chaos, which happens here, okay? 2, when your wife's having an affair, you don't take, in my opinion, you don't take her back. You know, and you'll see, we'll go over that here, but you don't take her back. What do? You breathe. Take a moment, get a trusted friend. You need a trusted friend to be your emotional support. And the first thing you do is get out. But when you're getting out, make it, you know, with your buddy that's helping you, your trusted friend, possibly someone that's been through this before. You need to start protecting your money, and you'll see here why. And how do you know someone that you're listening to on YouTube knows what the hell they're talking about? Because facts are corroborated. I've said all this before. You'll see things that I've said before corroborated in this. Okay? So anyway, and I like that. I like that, you know, because it verifies your credibility. Anyway, let's go ahead and listen.
Here's your dad.
Yes, he is.
When did you all, as a family, move to Georgia?
I believe it was in '95. We moved from Hoover to Atlanta.
How old were you when you moved here?
Well, I was going into the 2nd grade in Alpharetta, so I believe like 8, I guess is how old I would have been. Yeah.
Were you around when your dad was in law school, or were you?
Okay, I went over this in my other video, but when I said money and status, you know, when you're not respected, money and status is not as important as alpha bang. This is a Farrus home. It's beautiful. It's a horse ranch. And he bought that because she had an affair with Ted Wiley, who was dating his sister, and then his wife started banging him and moved in with him. And Ted Wiley liked to ride horses. So when they rekindled, or when she got back with her husband here, he thought maybe buying this $2 million horse ranch would endear her to him. But it's not about the horses. It was about who is on the horse for her. She liked Ted on the horses. She doesn't like him, and if she liked him, she wouldn't have left him and had an affair with somebody. If your wife likes you, she's not going to have an affair with somebody else. If your wife has an affair with somebody else, unless you're the 1%, which probably will be the 99%, your wife is not coming back. If she does, she won't respect you. The Farrus home was a 10-acre property that includes a main house, a barn with an upstairs apartment, a pond, a creek, pastures, and woods. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, let's go.
Did you come after he had graduated?
So I was born like literally right before he graduated from law school. So I was at his graduation from law school, but I was an infant. Yes.
Okay. And so you have always known your dad to work
There
for
it is again.
Foreman.
The main house has 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, estimated current value more than $2 million. And it gets him shot, killed, and put on a burn pile. Beta male provider does not get you respect.
That's correct, yes.
How was your dad's work ethic with that firm?
Very good. He was very loyal to Burn Foreman. He always took it very seriously, at least from my perspective. Yeah, I mean, he was dedicated to it. So, yeah, he took it very seriously.
When you grew up, how was your parents' relationship when you were younger?
It was good from my perspective. You know, from everything that I saw, they were very loving with each other. You know, like physically touchy-feely kisses, hugs. I mean, they certainly, from my perspective, seem like to have a healthy relationship. Yes.
And from your perspective, did that change at all?
Let's see. Let's see what the answer is.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it did change later in the years. I would say not till I got into college was there a difference.
Do you know what caused that change?
Yes. Basically, my mother began having an affair with Ted Wiley, and when my dad found out about it, and that's pretty much when things went south.
Pretty much when things went south. Pretty much the beginning of the end. But gentlemen, you cannot come back from them usually unless you're into non-monogamy and that's your thing. That's fine. Most men, like myself, it'd be soul crushing. You can't make it through. You're gonna have to get out. Your woman won't respect you if you don't get out. I'm telling you, you got to get out. And I would, you shouldn't have to deal with that. And the betrayal, it's gonna be too much. I know there's one-offs. I know there's, but then for the 99% of guys out there, you're gonna have to get out. And if she wants to, for the 1% where she comes back, she's gonna have to, suck a D every day, for the rest of your marriage or whatever. I mean, no, but it's more than likely it's just not. Get out, okay? Gary Farrus was 58, was married to the defendant for 38 years, and a prominent Georgia attorney. Now she's having an affair, she just said, with Ted Wiley. This is her first affair. Now he's going to take her back after this affair, and she's going to have another one. That's what's going to happen to you. I'm serious, guys. Because she's already telling you she doesn't respect you. She's already telling you she'd rather find D somewhere else. Okay? And when you get back together, she's going to go, trust me, women will go find it again.
Okay, let's talk about Ted Wiley for a little bit. Around what time did you become aware of that relationship?
Probably 2009, maybe? 2008, 2009. I specifically remember when I found out about it. I just can't remember exactly the year, but I think it was
Sure. How did you find out about it?
My dad called me. He called me. I was working, and he called me when I was working, and I took a break to talk to him. And he told me that my mom had moved in with Ted, and that they were in a relationship.
So she moves in with her lover, and I would just be weary of. I mean, everyone has a different relationship with their kids. Keep your kids out of this. It's going to be hurtful to them. This is your problem. Especially as a man, it's not their problem. Deal with it. I know you want go call a friend or something. But try not to call your daughter. Because that's just gonna. Yeah. They don't need to hear it. Let's go.
And that was pretty devastating.
Who was Ted Wiley? How did you know him?
So Ted, sorry.
That's okay, take your time.
Ted dated my Aunt Sherry, who is my dad's sister. We've been together for a bit.
But and she does love her kids. She had 4 of them. She's having relationship problems, and she didn't like her husband. And when I tell you guys, when they don't respect you, she was at a point where she just was disgusted by him. He couldn't do anything right. She talked crap about him all the time. And it's not that she was a bad person. It's that she did not like him, and he wouldn't lead. The leadership that she needed was for him to let her go and and him go find another relationship and allow her to have other relationships. She loves men. Emily Farrus, you could see when she interacted with men she liked how well she treated them. So she liked men. I'll give her flowers on that.
I remember Christmas gatherings when Ted was around when I was 7. He's been around for a very long time. But Ted was dating my Aunt Sherry.
Yes. you had mentioned that your mom moved in with Ted, and if that's the information that you had at the time.
And if she's moving in with the dude, they banging a lot, especially in the beginning. It's done.
How long did she stay gone? It was quite a while. It was, certainly longer than a month. I want to say it could have been like 3 months. We couldn't really get a hold of her during that time.
That's a severe affair. Like, she's in love. And you're going to take her back? Hell no.
It was so long ago. It's a little bit of a blur, but it was a good chunk of time for sure.
She knows. Look at that.
At
She's
any
cheating on
point,
you.
During the Ted Wiley affair, was there a financial situation that you became aware of?
Now listen up. What do I always say? And trust me, go look at my other videos on this. I always say, A, breathe. 2, get a trusted friend to get you through this. 3, get out. Work on a plan to get out. And I always mention, take care of your finances, protect your finances, get in, get your accounts squared away, protect your money. Because why? They're always going to take it. That's the first thing they're going to go for.
Between your parents?
Yeah, my dad had called me and said that, like, right before she kind of, for lack of a better word, disappeared, she had withdrawn a significant amount of money from their home equity line of credit tied to.
See, he should have already been on top of it. When she moved out like that, you start protecting everything. Change your bank accounts, take her off of all bank accounts, take her out, cut off all her credit cards. If you want to give her one or something, so that, if you're going to, but just, you got to protect your money. Like I said, she's been married to this lawyer who makes a decent living, she's going to need money.
And how was your dad when he told you about that?
He was upset. I kind of can understand where he was coming from.
Yeah.
The spouse did that.
Yeah.
I think anyone would, without communicating.
Yeah.
I think that was very troubling for him, because she had never done anything like that before.
Did you say she had never done?
She had never done anything like that before.
But she doesn't give a damn when the woman doesn't respect you, and when she's out of love with you. They can't give 2 F's. It's any woman. It's not just her. It's any woman. When a woman is falling out of love with you, she doesn't respect you anymore, you are in danger. She does not feel bad at all for doing what she did.
At some point over the next year or so, did your parents rekindle, for lack of a better word?
I think there was an attempt made. I moved back to the Atlanta area, and I feel like that's kind of when she came back home, was when I moved back to Atlanta, and I don't know how much effort was put into rekindling the relationship, but she came back home.
Okay. What year was that? You mentioned it was when you moved
2011.
back. 2011.
Yeah. Because that was, after I graduated, so 2011.
So you moved back to the Atlanta area after you graduated?
Yes, from college, yeah.
Did you move back to the Alpharetta house or somewhere else?
No, I was in an apartment in Dunwoody.
Okay.
When I moved back.
So at that time, did that affair change your parents' relationship in your eyes?
Yep.
Absolutely changed.
It's absolutely changed it. Listen to her answer. You're done. When wife has an affair, you're done. That's why I tell you, get out. See? Information corroborated.
Completely changed everything.
Completely.
I just think that he lost trust. That was once there.
It's everything, man.
It was just. We all knew it happened. But there was no...
As a man, and their dad's hurting. As a man, you can't describe it. It's soul-crushing.
Explanation from...
That wouldn't have mattered either. I know she's trying to, but that wouldn't have mattered either.
On why it happened, or that there was no apology. So it was really hard...
Because she doesn't care. I mean, it's the way women love, you know? She just loves like that.
For us to move on, because it was almost like, we're just not going to talk about that now.
Yep.
But I definitely felt like it was still going on. If, for example,
If you felt like it was, it was.
See, like her texting him. So it's like, you know, things like that. Like, but yes, it was a very bad toll that was taken on our family. Hard to recover from that.
Did your parents find
Hard to recover from that. Wise words, fellas.
relationship change?
Yes, it did.
How so?
So my dad removed her from bank accounts.
What do I say? He's doing it. This is what you guys need to do. Remove your wife. If you see she's cheated on you, get her off the bank accounts. Only you get that money.
I guess closed joint, open new. So she no longer was on the bank accounts.
Facts. You need to do that prior to her doing that home equity credit line thing.
So she can, you know, she didn't have access the way that she did before.
Nor should she.
I want to move forward a little bit to. Well, let me ask you this: when did you move to Tennessee?
2015 is when I moved to Tennessee.
So your parents had the farm when you moved to Tennessee.
They did, yes.
Were you around when they were making the decision to purchase the farm?
I was.
What was your understanding of why they moved out of Alpharetta into a farm?
Well, I think it was probably a good try to start over. You know, when my mom was in Florence spending time with Ted, he had horses and they would go horseback riding. That was a pretty big deal. And my mom seemed to really enjoy that. So I think buying kind of like a horse farm was kind of like my dad's way of trying to make her happy. I know that's a little strange, but you know, I just think it was a chance to start fresh. I think from his perspective it was that, but I don't know why together as a couple they decided to move, but yeah, I think it was a chance to start over.
Even the kids like, what? Yeah, it is a chance to start over. It's a beautiful house, but understand, Ted, like she said, Ted had the horses, so he got the horse farm. You know, she liked Ted, but she liked Ted. If Ted rode giraffes, it could be giraffes. If Ted rode camels, it'd be camels. If Ted rode cars, it'd be cars. You know, you get it. You know, so it's about you. It's about, you know, she wants the man, not a thing. You know, don't just swipe your credit card and get the Farrus home. She wants the mindset, the presence of that man.
For sure.
So then you moved to Tennessee after they moved into the farm? Did you, would your mom visit you in Tennessee?
She would.
And at some point, did you get married in Tennessee?
I did. Yes, I did.
And, well, before that, did your mom kind of rekindle a relationship with her cousin Martha Jane?
She sure did, yes.
Tell the jury about that a little bit.
So, I can't really remember what year it was that Martha Jane...
We don't need to hear about Martha Jane.
It's, I mean, our family was there, obviously, and, I mean, everything was pretty normal with the wedding, but,
She brought her lover, Rusty Barton.
I don't know, I guess, Rusty Barton came to the wedding. I knew he was invited. My mom included him on her guest list. He was there.
Guys, she's already had one affair. I'm telling you this just to be obvious. And now she's inviting another dude to your daughter's wedding. Come on, guys. Come on. No. Time to get out. And that was Gary's downfall. We're not talking crap about Gary. We love Gary. He's an awesome dude, but lack of leadership in this, lack of taking action. No. She was disgusted and had no respect. You know, he was like trash to her.
And at that point, we were kind of aware that maybe something more was going on with him.
They know.
Between her, my mom, and Rusty, and he came to the wedding, and
More disrespect. You invited a guy, you're a fair partner to your daughter's wedding with your husband there. Absolute. That, guys, if you don't notice that as disrespect, you don't need to be dating out here. That's too dangerous. That is disrespect to the highest.
from what I understand, they were like dancing together, like canoodling, if you will.
It gets
during
worse.
the reception.
It gets worse.
You mentioned that you
Canoodling, whatever that is, and dancing together while your husband's there. Guys, extreme disrespect. You're in danger. What do I always say? You're in danger.
knew prior that something may have been going on.
Mm-hmm.
How did you know that?
Well, she would like talk, like, so before I even moved to Tennessee, if like I was like out with her, like if we were like running errands or going shopping or something like that, like she would talk about Rusty. Like she would just like bring him up. And
that's what women do when they like you.
You know, she would say something about like, oh, he's such a great grandfather.
That and here's the juxtaposition. He's such a great grandfather. Well, her poor husband, Gary couldn't do anything right. Honestly, couldn't do anything right. But here's her alpha bang, Rusty. Oh, he's such a great grandfather, and he yells at me so nice. Yeah.
His grandkids or blah blah blah. And I'm just like, okay, like that's nice. I don't know. When I told my mom that I was moving to Tennessee, I expected her to be upset, and she wasn't. She was almost giddy, and that to me was like another sign to me that it's like a reason for her to go to Tennessee, is because I moved there now. And then there was one night after we had moved to Tennessee, my sister was in town. She was working for Tory Burch at the time, and she had to help out at the Green Hills location. And so she was staying with me, and we had planned a dinner with my mom, and I believe I knew Martha Jane was going to go, and they were going to drive up from Tullahoma to Franklin, and we were going to go to dinner. And when my mom arrived at our apartment, Rusty was with her.
Yay!
We did not know that Rusty was going to be with her, so that's
how much she loved him. And, I got to give her the flowers on that. She loves him so much. She just wants to be around him and be at events. But disrespect highly.
very uncomfortable. I can remember how upset my sister was about the situation.
Yeah.
It was very odd to see him.
Yeah.
And then when we went to dinner, they sat next to each other, and just the interactions between the two were of a couple.
More disrespect.
Like there was,
kissing in front of your husband's daughters or your daughters. I mean, come on.
like I felt like under the table, like touching,
like little kids,
getting really close.
That's how much they love each other.
Just like whispering to each other, like into each other's ears. Like it just was.
So now it sounds like another affair. Remember,
Yep.
Rusty, they...
Yeah, acting all surprised.
It was that uncomfortable. But that's kind of when I knew that, why would she be spending time with this guy? We were already kind of suspicious after Ted. So it was strange for us to see her spending time with another man, for sure.
Yep.
And the conversation that you and your sister had, was that with Amanda?
It was.
Did you end up telling your dad?
No.
We didn't. And I actually
women don't want to hurt feelings, and but I would tell, but you don't have to get involved. Hey, I'm telling you, if you need help, I'll help you, but don't get involved unless they want to help themselves.
I told her, I just think all it's going to do, we don't know anything. Like, we don't know. And I just felt like all that's going to do is upset him. And so I just, you know, and she was like ready to tell him. She totally was. And I was just like, I just don't think that we should right now because it's only going to make him upset.
She wanted a wedding.
Again, we don't know. We don't know we haven't seen anything. Like, we haven't like caught anything, you know. So I told her no.
So I want to fast forward to the wedding. Is that how you all kind of knew something was maybe going on between your mom and Rusty?
Here we go. We like these
And then
pictures.
your mom invited him to your wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll end
Was
it
there
after
a
these
conversation
pictures.
about that with any?
These pictures are gonna, you know, speak 1,000 words, but then I'll end it after this.
So basically, I asked for guest lists from both of my parents, and they separately provided me guest lists. I saw that Rusty was on the guest list, and I called my brother and his wife at the time, Jenna, and I said, what should I do? He's on the guest list. She wants me to mail him an invitation, and if I press her on this, she will cancel my wedding.
Yeah, you send it. Send it. That's up to her dad to deal with that.
My hands were tied. Because that's how she was. They said, why don't you just send her guest list to Daddy? Just so he can see it. And so that's what I did. I emailed it to him.
And it did no
I
good.
I think in the email I said, here's her guest list. I just wanted you to see.
Yeah, see, and the women think they've been so clear when they do stuff like, here, I just wanted you to see. See what?
Who all she's inviting.
He's like,
And
yeah, so?
he never actually responded to my email.
He didn't want drama.
First witness, Your Honor. And then I'm going to show you states exhibit page 1 through 10. Defense already have those exhibits, but this time I'd like to move to Tender's states exhibits, page 1 through 10.
Definitely. They're admitted.
Emily, I'm just going to walk through those with you on the screen, okay? And the first few are, well, I guess they're all, these are pictures you provided the state from your wedding?
Yes.
Okay. This is a family photo.
Ah,
And
look
that's your mom
nice.
in the kind of silverish dress.
Pretty.
It's like a blush pink, but yeah.
Blush pink. And then who's this next to you?
That's my sister Amanda.
Very pretty, man. It's like
Scott,
Scott,
and your dad,
Great.
Chris.
and Jenna?
Yes.
Okay. That's you and your dad.
Aw.
Okay, so what are we looking at? Who are we looking at here?
So obviously that's me, that's my husband Chris, and that's two of my husband's friends. Jason, I can't remember his name.
Sure.
And oh gosh, Mark.
But look who's back here.
Too, but they're
Rusty.
colleagues of Chris's, so they
And
were
your cousin's name is Chris.
Do not go.
Okay.
Do not go to your affair's wedding, guys. That's dangerous. If you're because that's her dad. That he could have gotten, and you're ruining it. Don't do that.
That's your husband, Chris.
My husband Chris.
If you're having an affair, you don't have an affair with a married lady. But if you are, don't go to any events. Don't go to her house. Don't do any of that.
Chris.
No, that's okay. We sorry. Should have explained that to the jury. And you sent us this photo. Who is this back here in the background?
That's Rusty Barton.
And who's that right
He's
there?
like, "Where's Waldo?"
What year did you get married?
2016.
All
Can you
right.
see your
Oh, you
husband,
see,
Jason?
it's right
It
here.
is, yes.
And right here in the background?
That's
Who are
Mama.
these two photos right here.
That's
It's
Mama.
Rusty and my mother.
Yep.
And some more pictures of you and Chris dancing. And is it the same, your mom and Rusty back here?
Oh, right here.
When you got these photos back, did you notice?
Yes, I noticed that.
Who likes who? But see,
And is this the same, your mom and Rusty right here?
but here's the thing. This is where Gary needs to end it, you know? I mean, you can't keep a woman from being she's going to be around the guy she likes. I mean, look at her. She's so giddy like a teenager.
Yes.
And then
What we got here?
I want to draw your attention to, well, who's this right here?
That is Chad, Bruce, and Ella, my niece Ella.
Okay. And this is you and Chris.
That's right.
And then
Pretty.
over here, we have what looks like Mr. Barton. That's right. And do you know
Yeah.
who this is in the black or the dark color dress? Maybe blue, I don't know.
Yes, that was her name was Sherry. She was a friend of my mother's, also.
They're hanging out the whole
And
time.
then is that your mom in between the two? You see her dress in between?
Yes, that's her.
Uh-huh.
And
Look at that.
who are we looking at here?
But guys, look. I'm just gonna, let's take 1 second. This is not to talk bad about anybody, but look, he looks cool. Pause. Look at those sunglasses. Look at the coolness. Look at he's skinny, he's in shape. You know what I'm saying? He's like 70-something years old, guys. He's got good looking dude, pause, good looking man, well put together. And you got Gary, he was 300 pounds. Guys, it matters. I'm sorry it matters. You know? I'm not sorry, but
Starting from the left, that's Chad Bruce there. In the sunglasses, that's Rusty Barton. That's my bridesmaid, Natalie Keene. And then that's Sherry, my mom's friend and neighbor.
Okay.
here we go.
And then who do we have here?
It's my mom and Rusty.
Huh?
And then who's that back there?
That's my dad.
Oh, come on. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Jeez. You gotta end it. Trust me, he saw it.
Who are we looking at here?
That's her dad.
So that's Rusty in the red tie there. My dad is to his left.
Right here?
And
And he's
then-
banging his wife. Jeez.
I don't know who that is. Right there, that lady.
Okay.
I don't know if that's Sherry or not.
And so those were photos that were taken at your wedding.
Yes.
After the wedding, did anyone discuss Mr. Barton's presence? I mean, amongst your family, were there conversations? What was the fallout?
Yeah, not with me. My siblings actually did a fabulous job not making me aware of the situation while it was going on during the reception.
All right, that's about all I want to show on that, guys. But the lessons we learned, there's Gary, shot, killed, put on a burn pile, burnt up, you got to get in shape. Rusty Barton, even at 70, was sexy. Women like sexy. What else did we learn? Had the first affair, you got to end it at the whole, did she say the whole relationship changed after the first affair? You look at all those pictures. I mean, when your wife does that, that is a complete, she's dancing with a dude, right by you. Come on, guys. Unless you're in an open marriage, which I don't think, they were. She let her move back in. He bought her a $2 million house. Those are all, you got to get out. You got to protect your money. All those things. Protect your money. Get out. Get a buddy to help you out with the stuff. But you got to know what I always say. You got to know the signs of disrespect. Bringing a man to things. Being out with another man in public. All of it, man. All of it. So, protect those bank accounts. Remember, he got her off the bank accounts. You got to do the same, But, those are some gems. All right, that's all for now. We'll see you on the next one.